Fellowship. Justice Theater at the UUFC is a small community theater venture that attempts to put on shows that will inspire conversation about the world around us while making them accessible to people at any income level and raising money for good causes, especially local organizations. This year's organization that we are supporting is Vina Moses Center, which is a wonderful community organization that has a free thrift store that people can just walk in and get what they need. And they also provide small-scale financial help for bills or emergency medical stuff. They're a wonderful nonprofit. You can learn more about them on the back of your programs. So, just by showing up tonight and donating some money, you have helped to make the world a better place. Give yourselves a hand. But also, bonus, you get to make the world a better place by watching some hilarious Victorian theater. George Bernard Shaw is a criminally underrated Victorian playwright, a contemporary of Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde has unfortunately outshone him in many ways. Shaw, like Wilde, spends a lot of time with witty banter between upper-class people who we are intended to make fun of, which is lovely. But Shaw spends a lot more time on concentrating on income inequality and the plight of the poor, which he had a lot of feelings about in Victorian London. There were a lot of feelings to be had about income inequality in Victorian London. Unfortunately, not a lot has changed since 1905. This play was written in 1905. Bits of it are going to feel very resonant in today's world. The Justice Theater team chose this play in summer of 2024, when the world was very different. We chose it because it talks a lot about income inequality, and we knew that we wanted to support Vina Moses, so that seemed like a really good thematic link. But then the election happened, and as we've been moving through rehearsals, this play has a lot more going on than just the income inequality theme. So I think you will hear a lot of things tonight that will make you go, oh no, we've just been dealing with the same thing for the last 125 years, huh? But it's also very funny, so don't worry, you will also enjoy yourself while you're like, oh no, those two things can happen at the same time. This is a staged reading tonight. Usually we fully stage Justice Theater productions, but the renovations in our building severely limited the available rehearsal space, so we chose to do a staged reading. Also, it would have been very cruel to make people memorize Shaw for a 2-day performance run, because Shaw is very, very wordy, as you are about to hear, which will be lovely. We would like to thank the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Corvallis for hosting Justice Theater for the past 8 years. This is our 7th performance. We would also like to thank the Majestic Theater for lending us an awful lot of stuff and giving us free advertising. We would also like to thank Harriet Owen Nixon and her long-suffering husband for hosting a lot of rehearsals in their basement. And I would also like to thank my partner, Chad, who co-directed this year's production, which you all are about to watch. So, without further ado, please enjoy the Justice Theater at UUFC's production of George Bernard Shaw's Major Barbara.
It is after dinner on a January night in the living room of Lady Britomart Undershaft's house, which of course is located in a very nice and respectable neighborhood, beautifully and tastefully furnished. Lady Britomart is at her writing table. She is well-dressed and yet careless of her dress, well-bred and quite reckless of her breeding, well-mannered, and yet appallingly outspoken and indifferent to the opinion of her interlocutory, amiable and yet peremptory, arbitrary and high-tempered to the last bearable degree, and withal a very typical managing matron of the upper class. treated as a naughty child until she grew into a scolding mother. And finally, settling down with plenty of practical ability and worldly experience, limited in the oddest way with domestic and class limitations. Conceiving the universe exactly as if it were a large house in a very nice and respectable neighborhood, though handling her corner of it very effectively on that assumption, and being quite enlightened and liberal as to the books in the library, the pictures on the walls, the music in the portfolios, and the articles in the papers. Her son Stephen comes in. He is a gravely correct young man, taking himself very seriously, but still in some awe of his mother from childish habit and bachelor shyness, rather than from any weakness of character.
Oh, what's the matter?
Don't fiddle with your tie, Stephen. There is nothing the matter with it.
I do beg your pardon.
Now, are you attending to me, Stephen?
Oh, of course, Mother.
No, it's not of course. I want something much more than your everyday matter of course attention. I am going to speak to you very seriously, Stephen. I wish you would leave that chain alone.
Have I done anything to annoy you, Mother? If so, it was quite unintentional.
Oh, nonsense. Oh, my poor boy. Did you think I was angry?
What is it then, Mother? You are making me very uneasy.
Stephen, may I ask how soon you intend to realize that you are a grown man and that I am only a woman?
Only?
Don't repeat my words, please. It is a most aggravating habit. You must learn to face life seriously, Stephen. I really cannot bear the whole burden of our family affairs any longer. You must assume the responsibility.
I?
Yes, you of course. You've been at Oxford and Cambridge. You must know a lot of things now. Unless you have wasted your time most scandalously.
You know I have never interfered in the household.
No, I should think not. I don't want you to order the dinner.
No, I mean in our family affairs.
Well, you must interfere now, for they are getting quite beyond me.
Oh, really, Mother, I know so little about them, and what I do know is so painful.
I suppose you mean your father.
Yes.
My dear, we can't go on all our lives not mentioning him. Of course, you were quite right not to open up the subject until I asked you to. But you are old enough now to be taken into my confidence and help me to deal with him about the girls.
Oh, but the girls are all right. They are engaged.
Yes, I have made a very good match for Sarah. Charles Lomax will be a millionaire at 35, but in the meantime, his trustees cannot, under the terms of his father's will, allow him more than £800 a year.
Oh, but the will says also that if he increases his income by his own exertions, they may double the increase.
Charles Lomax's exertions are much more likely to decrease his income than increase it. Sarah will have to find at least £800 a year for the next 10 years, and even then they will be as poor as church mice. And what about Barbara? I thought Barbara was going to make the most brilliant career of all of you. And what does she do? She joins the Salvation Army, discharges her maid, lives on £1 a week, and walks in one evening with a professor of Greek, whom she has picked up in the street, and who pretends to be a Salvationist. Oh, and actually plays the big drum for her in public, because he is well and head over heels over her.
Well, I was certainly rather taken aback when I heard they were engaged. Cousins is a very nice fellow, certainly. Nobody would ever guess that he was born in Australia. And he is not likely to be extravagant.
Oh, don't be too sure of that, Stephen. I know your quiet, simple, refined, poetic people like Adolphus, quite content with the best of everything. They cost more than your extravagant people, who are always as miserly as they are second-rate. No. Barbara will need at least £2,000 a year. Besides, my dear, you must marry soon. I don't approve of the present fashion of philandering bachelors and late marriages. And I am trying to arrange something for you.
It's very good of you, Mother, but perhaps I had better arrange that for myself.
Nonsense! You are much too young to begin matchmaking. You'd be taken in by some pretty little nobody. Of course, I do not to be consulted. Now don't sulk, Stephen!
I am not sulking, Mother. Now what has all this got to do with my father?
My dear Stephen, where is all the money to come from? Oh, it's easy enough for you and the other children to live in my house as long as we're in the same house, but I can't keep 4 families in 4 separate houses. You know how poor my father is. He has barely 7,000 a year now, and really, if he were not the Earl of Stevenage, he would have to give up society. He can do nothing for us, he says. Naturally enough, that it is absurd that he should be asked to provide for the children of a man who is rolling in money. You see, Stephen, your father is fabulously wealthy, because there's always a war going on somewhere.
You need not remind me of that, Mother. I have hardly ever opened a newspaper in my life without seeing our name in it. The undershaft torpedo. The undershaft disappearing rampart gun. And now the undershaft aerial battleship. I am horribly deferred to everywhere because my father is making millions by selling cannons.
It's not only the cannons, but the war loans that his partner Lazarus arranges under the cover of giving credit for the cannons. You know, Stephen, it's perfectly scandalous. Those 2 men, Andrew Undershaft and Lazarus, positively have Europe under their thumbs. That is why your father is able to behave as he does. He is above the law.
He does not actually break the law.
Not break the law. He's always breaking the law. He broke the law when he was born. His parents were not married.
Mother! Is that true?
Of course it's true. That's why we're separated.
He married without letting you know this.
Oh, no. To do Andrew justice, that was not the sort of thing he did. Besides, you know the Undershaft motto?
Unashamed.
Everybody is.
But you said that was why you separated.
Yes. Because he was not content with being a foundling himself, he wanted to disinherit you for another foundling. That's what I couldn't stand for.
Do you mean for...
Don't stammer, Stephen. Speak distinctly. It is only in the middle classes that people get into a dumb state of helpless horror when they find out that there are wicked people in the world. Our class, we have to decide what is to be done with wicked people, and nothing should disturb our self-possession. Now, ask your question properly.
Mother, you have no consideration for me. For heaven's sake, either treat me as a child, as you always do, and tell me nothing at all, or tell me everything and let me take it as best I can.
You know I have never treated any of you as children. I have always allowed you perfect freedom to do and say whatever you liked, so long as you liked what I could approve of.
Well, I dare say we have been the very imperfect children of a very perfect mother. But I do beg you to tell me about this horrible business of my father wanting to set me aside for another son.
Another son? I never said anything of the kind. This is what comes of interrupting me. Now, be a good boy, Stephen, and listen to me patiently. Undershafts are descended from a foundling in the parish of St. Andrew Undershaft. That foundling was adopted by an armorer and a gunmaker. In the course of time, the foundling succeeded to the business, and from some notion of gratitude or some vow or something, he adopted another foundling and left the business to him. And that foundling did the same. Ever since that, the cannon business has always been left to an adopted foundling named Andrew Undershaft.
But did they never marry? Were there no legitimate sons?
Oh yes, they married just as your father did. And they were rich enough to buy land for their own children and leave them well provided for. But they always adopted and trained some foundling to succeed them in business. And of course, they quarreled with their wives furiously over it. Of course, I was not going to stand that. There may have been some reason for it when the Undershafts could only marry women in their own class, whose sons were not fit to govern great estates. But there could be no excuse for passing over my son.
I am afraid I should make a poor hand of managing a cannon foundry.
Nonsense! You could easily get a manager and pay him a salary.
Well, my father evidently has no great opinion of my capacity.
Oh, stop, child. It has nothing to do with your capacity. Andrew did it on principle, just as he does every perverse and wicked thing on principle. He claims that history tells us of only two successful institutions, one the undershaft firm and the other the Roman Empire under the Antonines. That was because the Antonine emperors all adopted their successors. Such rubbish! That's Andrew all over. Always clever and unanswerable when he was defending nonsense and wickedness. Always awkward and sullen when he had to behave sensibly and decently.
Then it was on my account that your home life was broken up, Mother. I am sorry.
Oh dear, there were other differences. I should not have minded his merely doing wrong things. We are none of us perfect. But your father didn't exactly do wrong things. He said them and thought them. That was what was so dreadful. He really had a sort of religion of wrongness. Just as one doesn't mind men practicing immorality so long as they own that they are wrong by preaching morality. I couldn't forgive Andrew for preaching immorality when he practiced morality.
All this simply bewilders me, Mother. I mean, people may differ about matters of opinion or even about religion, but how can they differ about right and wrong? I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong. If a man cannot distinguish them properly, he is either a fool or a rascal. That's all.
Oh, that's my boy. And now that you understand the situation, what do you advise me to do?
Well, what can you do?
I must get the money somehow.
Well, we cannot take money from him. I'd rather go and live in some cheap place like America than take a farthing of his money.
But after all, Stephen, our present income comes from Andrew.
I never knew that. We are utterly dependent on him and his cannons, then?
Ah, so you see, it is not a question of taking money from him or not. It is simply a question of how much. I don't want any for myself.
Nor do I.
But Sarah does, and Barbara does. That is Charles Lomax and Adolphus' cousins. Will cost them more. So I must put pride in my pocket and ask for it, I suppose. That is your advice, Stephen, is it not?
No.
Stephen!
Well, of course, if you are determined.
I am not determined. I ask your advice, and I am waiting for it. I will not have all the responsibility thrown on my shoulders.
I would die sooner than ask him for another penny.
You mean that I must ask him? Very well, Stephen. It shall be as you wish. You see that it is necessary that he should pay us a visit, don't you?
I suppose so, if the girls cannot do without his money.
Oh, thank you, Stephen. I knew you would give me the right advice when it was properly explained to you. I have asked your father to come this evening. Don't jump, Stephen, it fidgets me.
Do you mean to say that my father is coming here tonight, that he may be here at any
Oh,
moment?
I said 9. Oh, it's 10 minutes to 9 yet, and I have to prepare the girls. I asked Charles Lomax and Adolphus to dinner on purpose that they might be here. Andrew had better see them in case he should cherish any delusions as to their being capable of supporting their wives. And now, remember, Stephen, I shall need all your countenance and authority. I don't know how Barbara will take it. Ever since they made her a major in the Salvation Army, she has developed a propensity to have her own way and order people about. It's not ladylike. I'm sure I don't know where she picked it up. Well, don't look nervous. Stephen will only encourage Barbara to make difficulties. I'm nervous enough, goodness knows, but I don't show it.
Sarah and Barbara come in with their respective young men, Charles Lomax and Adolphus' cousins. Sarah is slender, bored, and mundane. Barbara is robuster, jollier, much more energetic. Sarah is fashionably dressed. Barbara is in Salvation Army uniform. Lomax, a young man about town, is like many other young men about town. He is affected with a frivolous sense of humor, which plunges him at the most inopportune moments into paroxysms of imperfectly suppressed laughter. Cousins is a spectacled student, slight, thin-haired, and sweet-voiced. His sense of humor is intellectual and subtle, and is complicated by an appalling temper. the lifelong struggle of a benevolent temperament and a high conscience against impulses of inhuman ridicule and fierce impatience has set up a chronic strain, which has visibly wrecked his constitution. He is a most implacable, determined, tenacious, intolerant person who by mere force of character presents himself as, and indeed actually is, considerate, gentle, explanatory, even mild and apologetic, capable possibly of murder, but not of by the operation of some instinct which is not merciful enough to blind him with the illusions of love, he is obstinately bent on marrying Barbara. Lomax likes Sarah and thinks it will be rather a lark to marry her. Consequently, he has not attempted to resist Lady Britomart arrangements to that end. All four look as if they have been having a good deal of fun in the drawing room. The girls enter first, leaving the swains outside. Sarah comes to the settee, Barbara comes in after her and stops at the door.
Are Charlie and Dolly to come in?
Barbara, I will not have Charles called Jolly. The vulgarity of it positively makes me ill. And yes, if they will behave themselves.
Come in, Dolly, and behave yourself.
Come in, Charlie.
Sit down, all of you. Now, listen to me, children. Your father is coming here this evening.
Oh, I say.
You are not called to say anything, Charles.
Are you serious, Mother?
Of course I'm serious. It is on your account, Sarah, and also on Charles's. I hope you're not going to object, Barbara.
I? Why should I? My father has a soul to be saved like anybody else. He's quite welcome as far as I'm concerned.
But really, don't you know? Oh, I say.
What do you wish to convey, Charles?
Well, you must admit that this is a bit thick.
Adolphus, you are a professor of Greek. Can you translate Charles Lomax's remarks into reputable English for us?
If I may say so, Lady Britt, I think Charles has rather happily expressed what we all feel.
Not that I mind, if Sarah don't.
Thank you. Have I your permission, Adolphus, to invite my own husband to my own house?
You have my unhesitating support in everything you do.
Sarah, have you nothing to say?
Well, can't eat us, I suppose. I don't mind.
I wonder how the old man will take it.
Much as the old woman will, no doubt, Charles.
I didn't mean, at least I...
You didn't think, Charles. You never do. And the result is you never mean anything. And now, please attend to me, children. Your father will be quite a stranger to us.
Well, I suppose he hasn't seen Sarah since she was a little kid.
Not since she was a little kid, Charles, as you express it with that elegance of diction and refinement of thought that seemed to never desert you. Accordingly, now I've forgotten what I was going to say. That is what comes of your provoking me to be sarcastic, Charles. Adolphus, will you kindly tell me where I was?
You were saying that as Mr. Undershaft has not seen his children since they were babies, he will form his opinion of the way you have brought them up from their behavior tonight, and that therefore you wish us all to be particularly careful to conduct ourselves well, especially Charles.
Now look here, Lady Britt didn't say that.
I did, Charles. Adolphus's recollection is perfectly correct. It is most important that you should be good. And I do beg you for once not to pair off into opposite corners and giggle and whisper while I'm speaking to your father.
All right, Mother, we'll do you credit.
Remember, Charles, that Sarah will want to feel proud of you instead of ashamed.
Oh, I say, there's nothing to be exactly proud of, don't you know?
Well, try and look as if there were.
Andrew, on the surface, is a stoutish, easygoing elderly man with kindly, patient manners and an engaging simplicity of character. But he has a watchful, deliberate, waiting, listening face and formidable reserves of power, both bodily and mental, in his capacious chest and long head. His gentleness is partly that of a strong man who has learnt by experience that his natural grip hurts ordinary people unless he handles them very carefully, and partly the mellowness of age and success. He is also a little shy in his present very delicate situation.
Good evening, Andrew.
How do you do, my dear?
You look a good deal older.
I am a good deal older. Time has stood still with you, my love.
Rubbish. This is your family.
Is it so large? I'm sorry to say my memory is failing very badly in some things.
What did you do?
I can see you are my eldest. I am very glad to meet you again, my dear boy.
No, look, but don't you... Oh, I say.
Andrew, do you mean to say that you don't remember how many children you have?
Well, they've grown so much, and am I making a ridiculous mistake? I may as well confess. I recollect only one son, but so many things have happened since.
Andrew, you are talking nonsense. Of course you only have one son.
Perhaps you will be good enough to introduce me, my dear.
That is Charles Lomax, who is engaged to Sarah.
Oh, my dear sir, I do beg your pardon.
Not at all. Delighted, I assure you.
This is Stephen.
Ah, happy to make your acquaintance, Mr. Stephen. Then you must be my eldest. Pleased to meet you again, my dear boy. He is very like you, my love.
You flatter me, Mr. Undershaft. My name is Cousins, engaged to Barbara. That is Major Barbara of the Salvation Army. That is Sarah, your second daughter. This is Stephen Undershaft, your son.
My dear Stephen, I do beg your pardon.
Not at all.
Mr. Cousins, I am much indebted to you for explaining so precisely. Barbara, my dear.
Sarah.
Oh, Sarah, of course. Barbara, I am right this time, I hope.
Quite right. Sit down, all of you. Sit down, Andrew.
Well, here I am. What can I do for you all?
You need not do anything, Andrew. You are one of the family. You can sit with us and enjoy yourself. Charles Lomax, if you can't behave yourself, behave yourself. If not, leave the room.
I'm awfully sorry, Lady Britt, but really, upon my soul.
Oh, why don't you laugh if you want to, Charlie? It's good for your inside.
Barbara, you have had the education of a lady. Please let your father see that and don't talk like a street girl.
Never mind me, my dear. As you know, I am not a gentleman, and I have never been educated.
I mean, nobody'd know it, I assure you. I mean, you look all right, you know.
Let me advise you to study Greek, Mr. Undershaft. Greek scholars are privileged men. Few of them know Greek, and none of them know anything else, but their position is unchallengeable.
Don't be insincere. Charlie, fetch a concertina and play something for us.
Well, perhaps that sort of thing isn't in your line.
Oh, I am particularly fond of music.
Are you? Well, then I'll go get him.
Do you play, Barbara?
Only the tambourine, but Charlie's teaching me the concertina.
Is Charlie also a member of the Salvation Army?
No, he says it's bad form to be a dissenter. But I don't despair of Charlie. I made him come yesterday to a meeting at the Docades to take the collection in his hat.
It is not my doing, Andrew. Barbara is old enough to take her own way. She has no father to advise her.
Yes, she has. There are no orphans in the Salvation Army.
No.
Your father there has a great many children and plenty of experience, eh?
Just so. How did you come to understand that?
Come in, Charles. Play us something at once.
One moment, Mr. Lomax. I am rather interested in the Salvation Army. Its motto may as well be my own: blood and fire.
But not your sort of blood and fire, you know.
Oh, my sort of blood cleanses. My sort of fire purifies.
So do ours. Come down tomorrow to my shelter, the West Ham shelter, and see what we're doing. Then march with us. We'll do you a lot of good. Can you play anything?
Oh, in my youth, I earned pennies and even shillings occasionally in the streets and public house parlors by my natural talent for step dancing. Later on, I became a member of the Undershaft Orchestral Society and performed passively on the tenor trombone.
Oh, I say.
Well, many a sinner has played himself into heaven on the trombone, thanks to the army.
Yes, but what about the canon business, don't you know? I mean, getting into heaven is not exactly in your line, is it?
Charles!
Well, but it stands to reason, don't it? I mean, the canon business may be necessary and all that. We can't get on without canons, but it isn't right, you know. On the other hand, there may be a certain amount of tosh about the Salvation Army. I belong to the established church myself. But still, you can't deny that it is a religion, and you can't go against religion, can you? At least unless you're downright immoral, don't you know?
You hardly appreciate my position.
I'm not saying anything against you personally, no.
Quite so, but consider for a moment. Here I am, a manufacturer of mutilation and murder. I find myself in especially amiable humor just now because just this morning, down at the foundry, we blew 27 dummy soldiers into fragments with a gun that had formerly destroyed only 13.
Well, the more destructive war becomes, the sooner it will be abolished.
Oh, not at all. The more destructive war becomes, the more fascinating we find it. No, Mr. Lomax, I am obliged to you for making the usual excuse for my trade, but I am not ashamed of it. I am not one of those men who keep their morals and their business in watertight compartments, no. All the spare money my trade rivals spend on hospitals, cathedrals, and other receptacles for conscience money, I devote to experiments and researches in improved methods of destroying life and property. I have always done so, and I always shall. Therefore, your Christmas card moralities of peace on earth and goodwill towards men are of no use to me. Your Christianity, which enjoins you to resist not evil and to turn the other cheek, would make me a bankrupt. My morality, my religion, must have a place for cannons and torpedoes in it.
You speak as if there were half a dozen moralities and religions to choose from, instead of one true morality and one true religion.
Well, for me, there is only one true morality, but it might not fit you, as you do not manufacture annual aerial battleships. There is only one true morality for every man, but every man has not the same true morality.
Would you mind saying that again? I didn't quite follow.
It's quite simple. As Euripides says, one man's meat is another man's poison, morally as well as physically.
Precisely.
Oh, that. Yes, true.
In other words, some men are honest and some are scoundrels.
Bosh! There are no scoundrels.
Really? Are there any good men?
No, not one. There are neither good men nor scoundrels. They are just children of one father. And the sooner they start calling one another names, the better. They're all just the same sort of sinner, and there's the same salvation ready for them all.
May I ask, have you ever saved a maker of cannons?
No. Will you let me try?
Well, I will make a bargain with you. If I go to see you tomorrow in your salvation shelter, will you come see me and my cannon works the day after?
Take care. It may end up in your giving up the cannons for the sake of the Salvation Army.
Are you sure it will not end up with you giving up your Salvation Army for the sake of my cannons?
I will take my chance of that.
And I will take my chance of the other. Where is your shelter?
In West Ham, at the sign of the cross. Ask anybody in Canning Town. Where are your works?
In Perivale St. Andrews at the sign of the sword. Ask anybody in Europe.
Hadn't I better play something?
Yes. Yes. Onward, Christian soldiers.
Really, Barbara? You go on as if religion were a pleasant subject. Do you have some sense of propriety?
I do not find it an unpleasant subject, my dear. It is the only one that capable people really care for. May I make a suggestion? If Barbara will conduct a little service in the drawing room with Mr. Lomax as the organist, I will attend it willingly. I will even take part if a trombone can be procured.
Don't mock Andrew.
You don't think I'm mocking, do you, love?
No, of course not. And it wouldn't matter if you were. Half the army came to their first meeting for a lark. Come along, Dolly. Come, Charlie.
I will not be abandoned by everybody. Adolphus, sit down. You can behave yourself if you choose to. I insist on your staying. Well, go! And remember this, Adolphus. I have a very strong suspicion that you went to the Salvation Army to worship Barbara and nothing else. And I quite appreciate the clever way in which you systematically humbug me. I have found you out. Take care that Barbara doesn't, that's all.
Don't tell on me.
Oh, Sarah, if you want to go, go. Anything's better than to sit there as if you wished you were 1,000 miles away.
Very well, Mama.
Mother, what's the matter?
You can go with him too, if you like.
Oh, you mustn't think that, Mother. I don't like him.
The others too. This is the injustice of a woman's lot. A woman has to bring up her children, and that means to restrain them, to deny them things they want, to set them tasks, to punish them when they do wrong, to do all the unpleasant things. And then the father, who has nothing to do with them, but pet them and spoil them, comes in when all her work is done and steals their affection from them.
He has not stolen our affection from you. It is only curiosity.
I won't be consoled, Stephen.
Where are you going, Mother?
To the drawing room, of course. Are you coming, Stephen?
Certainly not.
The yard of the West End shelter of the Salvation Army is a cold place on a January morning. The building itself, an old warehouse, is newly whitewashed. Its gabled end projects into the yard in the middle. Those who come from this central gable end into the yard have the gateway leading to the street on their left, with a stone horse trough just beyond it, and on the right, a penthouse shielding a table with 2 long benches on either side from the weather. At this table is seated a man and a woman, eating a soup kitchen meal. The man, a workman out of employment, is young, agile, a talker, a poser, sharp enough to be capable of anything in reason except honesty or altruistic considerations of any kind. The woman is a commonplace old bundle of poverty and hard-worn humanity. She looks 45 and is probably under 30. If they were rich people, gloved and muffed and well wrapped up in furs and overcoats, they would be numbed and miserable, for it is a grindingly cold, raw January day. At a glance at the background of grimy warehouses and leaden sky visible over the whitewashed walls of the yard would drive any idle rich person straight to the Mediterranean. But these two, being no more troubled with visions of the Mediterranean than of the moon, and being compelled to keep more of their clothes in the pawn shop and less on their persons in winter than in summer, are not depressed by the cold. Rather, they are stung into vivacity, to which their meal has just now given an almost jolly turn. The man takes a pull at his mug, and then gets up and moves about the yard with his hands deep in his pockets, occasionally breaking into a step dance.
Feel better after your meal?
Nah, call that a meal. Good enough for you, perhaps, but what about me? An intelligent working man.
A working man. What do you do?
Painter.
Yeah, I dare say.
Yes, you dare say. Well, I know every loafer of the pontoon often calls himself a painter, but I'm a real painter, see? Finisher, grinder, 38 bob a week when I can get it.
And why don't you go and get it?
I'll tell you what, I'm intelligent. But, rotten cold here, but yeah, intelligent beyond the station of life into which it has pleased the capitalists to call me. I'm wide enough to know what's inside the law and what's outside it. When I'm inside the law, I do as the capitalists do. I pinch what I can get my hands on. In a proper state of society, I'm industrious, sober, honest. When in Rome, say to say, I do as the Romans do, and what the consequences are, when trade is bad, and it's rotten bad right now, that employers start to lay off the men, they start with me.
Huh. What's your name?
Price. Brontier O'Brien Price. Snowy Price for short. What's yours?
Rummy Mitchens?
Your health, Miss Mitchens.
Mrs. Mitchens?
Whoa! Rummy. Respectable married woman, Rummy. Getting saved by the Salvation Army.
What am I to do? I can't starve. Them Salvation lasses is dear good girls, but the better you are, the worse they likes to think you worth before they rescued you. And why shouldn't they have a bit of credit, poor loves? They're worn to rags by their work. And where would they get the money if people were to rescue us, if they found out we were no better off than anyone else? You know what ladies and gentlemen are.
What does Rummy stand for?
Short for Remola.
For what?
Remola! It was out of some book.
We're companions in misfortune, Rummy. Both of us got names that nobody can't pronounce. Consequently, I'm snobby and you're Rummy because Bill and Sally wasn't good enough for our parents. Such is life.
Who saved you, Mr. Price? Was it Major Barbara?
No. I'll come here on my own. I'm going to be Brontier O'Brien Price, the converted painter. I'll tell them how I blasphemed and sinned. I'll play the game as they like it. I'll see somebody struck by lightning or hear a voice saying, "Snobby Price, where will you spend eternity?" Oh, okay, so you know.
Jenny Hill, a pale, overwrought, pretty Salvation lass of 18, comes in through the yard gate, leading Peter Shirley, a half-hardened, half-worn-out man, weak with hunger.
Come, walk up. I'll get you something to eat. You'll be all right then.
Oh, man, cheer up, brother. You'll find rest and peace and happiness here. Hurry up with the food, miss. Oh, this old man's near done.
Well, I'm not an old man. I'm only 46. I'm as good as ever I was. The grey patch came in my hair before I was 30. All it wants is a bit of dye. Am I to be turned out in the streets to starve for it? Holy God, I've worked 10 to 12 hours a day since I was 13 and paid my way all through. And now am I to be thrown into the gutter and my job given to a young man that can do it no better than me because I have black hair that goes white at the first change?
No good drawing about it. You're only a worn-out working mind. Who cares about you? Make the thieving swan give you a meal. They stole one from you anyway. Get a bit on your own back. See, there you are, brother.
I never took anything before.
Come. The Lord sends it to you. He wasn't above taking bread from his friends, and why should you be? Besides, when we find you a job, you can pay us for it if you like.
Yes, that's true. I can pay you back. It's only a loan.
Well, Rummy, are you more comfortable now?
Oh, God bless you, lovey. You fed my body and saved my soul, haven't you? Sit down and rest a bit. You must be ready to draw.
Oh, I've been going hard since this morning, but there's more work that we can do. I mustn't stop.
Try a prayer for just 2 minutes. You'll work all the better after.
Isn't it wonderful how a few minutes prayer revives you? I was quite lightheaded at 12 o'clock. I was so tired. But Major Barber sent me to pray for 5 minutes, and I was able to go on as if I had only just begun. Did you have a piece of bread?
Oh, yeah, miss, but I've got the peace that I value more, and that's the peace that the Lord bringeth.
Glory, hallelujah!
Bill Walker, a rough customer of about 25, appears at the yard gate and looks malevolently at Jenny.
That makes me so happy. When you say that, I feel wicked for loitering here. I must get to work again.
She is hurrying to the shelter when the newcomer moves quickly up to the door and intercepts her. His manner is so threatening that she retreats as he comes at her truculently, driving her down the yard.
I know you. You're the one that took away my girl. You're the one that set her against me. Well, I'm gonna have her out. Not that I care a curse for her or you. Now, in with you and tell her to come out. Tell her Bill Walker wants her. She'll know what that means. And if she keeps me waiting, it'll be worse. You start to jaw back at me and I'll start on you, you hear?
Easy there, mate. She ain't doing you no harm.
Who you calling maid, huh? You anything to say about it?
What? No, mate. Ain't anything to do with me.
Good job for you. Now, are you gonna go out and fetch Mop Happy-Jam?
Oh, please, someone go in and tell Major Barbara.
Oh, you don't want to go in and tell your major about me, do
Oh,
you?
God, give me strength.
Go and tell her then. Yeah, finish your grub and get out of my way.
You take a liberty with me and I'll smash you over the face and cut your eye out. Ain't you satisfied, young whelps like you, with taking the bread out of the mouths of your elders that have brought you up?
Ah, what good are you, you old palsied mug?
As good as you and better. I'll do a day's work against you or any fat young soaker of your age. Go and take my job where I've worked for 10 years. They want young men there. They can't afford to keep men over 45. They're very sorry. Give you a character, happy to help you out, to get you anything suited to your years. Sure, a steady man won't be out of a job. Let him try you. They'll find the difference. What do you know? Not as much as how to behave yourself, running your dirty mouth at respectable women.
Don't provoke me.
Yeah, you like it. But to have an old man to abuse, don't you? When you finish with the women, I don't see you bothering a young one.
Oh, you lie, you old soup kitchener, you. I'll stand up to any man alive. You came here to beg.
Oh, God, it's true. I'm only an old pauper on the scrap heap, but you'll come to it yourself, and then you'll know. You'll come to it sooner than a teetotaler like me. Filling yourself up with gin at this hour of the morning.
I'm no gin drinker, you old liar. But when I want to give my girl what she deserves, I like to have a bit of the devil in me, see? And here I am talking to a rotten old blighter like you instead of giving her what for. Now I'm going to go in there and fetch her out.
You're going to the station on a stretcher, more likely, and they'll take the gin and the devil out of you there when they get you inside, huh? You mind what you're about. The major here is the Earl of Stevenage's granddaughter.
Oh, damn.
You'll see.
Well, I ain't done nothing to her.
Oh, suppose she said you did. Who'd believe you?
There's no justice in this country. To think what them people can do, I'm as good as her.
Well, tell her so. It's just what a fool like you would do.
Good morning.
Good morning, miss.
Sit down, make yourself at home. Now then, since you've made friends with us, we want to know all about you. Names, and addresses, and trades.
Peter Shirley, fitter. Chucked out 2 months ago because I was too old.
You'd pass still. Why didn't you dye your hair?
I did. My age came out at a coroner's inquest on my daughter.
Steady.
Teetotaler, never out of a job before. Good worker, and sent out to die like an old horse.
No matter. If you did your part, God will do his.
My religion's no concern of anybody but myself.
I know. Secularist?
Did I offer to deny it?
Well, why should you? My own father's a secularist, I think. Our father, yours and mine, fulfills himself in many ways. I dare say he knew what he was about when he made a secularist of you. So buck up, Peter. We can always find a job for a steady man like you. What's your name?
What's that to you?
Afraid to give his name. Any trade?
Well, who's afraid to give his name? If you want to bring a charge against me, bring it. Name's Bill Walker.
Bill Walker? Oh, I know. You're the man that Jenny Hill was praying for on sight just now.
Oh, who's Jenny Hill? And what cause she had to pray for me?
I don't know. Perhaps it was you that scared her so.
Yeah, it was me. I ain't afraid of you.
But how could you be, since you're not afraid of God?
Oh, I want none of your religious gobbledygook. I suppose you think I come here to beg from you like this damaged lot here? Not me. I don't want your stale bread and whatnot. I don't believe in your God any more than you do yourself.
Oh, I beg your pardon for putting your name down, Mr. Walker. I didn't understand. I'll strike it out.
Hey, you let my name alone. Ain't it good enough to be in your book?
Well, you see, there's no use putting down your name unless I can do something for you, is there? What's your trade?
That's no concern of yours.
Just so. I'll put you down as the man who terrified poor little Jenny Hill.
Oh, now see here, I've had enough of this.
What did you come to us for?
Come from a girl, see? I'll come to take her out of this and show her what's what.
Ah, you see, I was right about your trade. What's her name?
Her name's Mog Habajam, that's what her name is.
Oh, she's gone to Canning Town to our barracks there.
Is she? Well, then I'm going to Canning Town after her. Wait, are you lying to me to get rid of me?
I don't want to get rid of you. I want to keep you here and save your soul. You'd better stay. You're going to have a bad time today, Bill.
Yeah, and who's going to give it to me?
Someone you don't believe in. But you'll be glad afterwards.
I'll go to Canning Town to be out of the reach of your tongue. And if I don't find Mog there, I'll come back and do for you, so help me God if I don't.
It's no use, Bill. She's got another bloke.
What?
One of her own converts. He fell in love with her when he saw her with her soul saved and her face clean and her hair washed.
What'd she wash it for, that slut? It was red!
Oh, it's quite lovely now because she wears a new look in her eyes with it. It's a pity you're too late. The new bloke has put your nose out of joint, Bill.
I'll put his nose out of joint for him. Not that I care a curse for, I'll mind that. But I'll teach her to drop me as if I was dirt, and I'll teach him to meddle with my girl. What's his bleeding name?
Sergeant Todger Fairmeadow.
I'll go with them, miss. I want to see them two meet. I'll take him to the infirmary when it's over.
Go talk to him, Bill. He'll convert you.
I'll convert your head into a mashed potato.
I'm not afraid of him. I'm afraid of anybody.
Oh, you ain't going? Thought not.
Jenny!
Yes, Major?
Send Rummy Mitchins out to clear away here.
I think she's afraid.
Nonsense! She must do as she's told.
Rummy, the Major says you must come.
Poor little Jenny. Are you still shaken up?
Oh, no, it's all right now. It was nothing.
It was as mean as he could be, I expect. Poor Bill. You don't feel angry with him, do you?
Oh, no, indeed I don't, Major. Bless his poor heart.
Now, Rummy, bustle. Take in those mugs and plates to be washed and throw the crumbs about for the birds.
There ain't any crumbs. This ain't a kind to waste good bread on birds.
Gentlemen, come see the shelter, sir. Major, ours is your father.
All right, coming.
Don't get yourself into more trouble by talking, huh?
Oh, don't you talk to me here. You leave me alone, or I'll do you a mischief. I'm not dirt under your feet anyway.
Oh, don't you be afraid. You ain't such prime company that you need expect to be sought after.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Shirley. This is my father. I told you he was a secularist, didn't I? Perhaps you'll be able to comfort one another.
A secularist? Not the least in the world. On the contrary, a confirmed mystic.
Sorry, I'm sure. By the way, Papa, what is your religion? In case I have to introduce you again.
Oh, my religion? Ah, well, my dear, I am a millionaire. That is my religion.
Then I'm afraid you and Mr. Shirley won't be able to comfort one another after all. You're not a millionaire, are you, Peter?
No, I'm proud of it.
Poverty, my friend, is not a thing to be proud of.
Who made your millions for you? Me and my life. What's kept us for? Keeping you rich. I wouldn't have your conscience, not for all your income.
I wouldn't have your income, not for all your conscience.
You wouldn't think he was my father, would you, Peter? Will you go into the shelter and lend the lasses a hand for a while? We've worked off our feet.
I'm in that debt for a meal, ain't I?
Oh, not because you're in their debt, but for love of them, Peter. For love of them. In with you and give that conscience of yours a holiday.
It's a pity you never was trained to use your reason, miss, huh? You'd have been a very taking lecturer on secularism.
Never mind me, my dear. Go about your work and let me watch for a while.
All right.
For instance, what's the matter with that outpatient over there?
Oh, we shall cure him in no time. Just shh. It would be nice to just scream in Mark Haberjum's face, wouldn't it, Bill?
I never said so. Who told you that was what was on my mind?
Oh, only your new friend.
What new friend?
The devil, Bill. When he gets round people, they get miserable, just like you.
I ain't miserable.
Well, if you're happy, why don't you look happy, as we do?
I'm happy enough, I tell you. Why don't you just leave me alone? What have I done to you?
It's not me that's getting at you, Bill.
Who else is it?
Somebody that doesn't intend you to scream in women's faces, I suppose. Somebody or something that wants to make a man of you.
Make a man of me? Ain't I a man? Who says I'm not a man?
Well, there's a man in you somewhere, I suppose, but why did he let you snap so at poor little Jenny Hill? That wasn't very manly of him, was it?
Oh, I've done with it, tell you. Oh, chalk it. I'm sick of your Jenny Hill and her silly little face.
Then why do you keep thinking about it? You're not getting converted, are you?
Not me. Not likely.
Oh, that's right, Bill. Hold out against it. Put out your strength. Don't let us get you cheap. Don't give in to salvation until your heart is going to break. Perhaps you'll escape that. You haven't any heart, have you?
What do you mean? Why ain't it got a heart like anybody else?
Well, a man with a heart wouldn't have shouted so at little Jenny, would he?
Will you leave me alone? Have I ever offered to meddle with you that you come provoking me like this?
It's your soul that's hurting you, Bill, and not me. We've been through it all ourselves. Come with us, Bill. To break manhood on earth and eternal glory in heaven? Come. Oh, there you are, Dolly. Let me introduce a new friend of mine, Mr. Bill Walker. This is my bloke, Bill, Mr. Cousins.
Gonna marry him?
Yes.
God help him. God help him.
Why? Do you think he won't be happy with me?
I've only had to stand it for a morning. He'll have to stand it for a lifetime.
That is a frightful reflection, Mr. Walker. But I can't tear myself away from her.
Oh, well, I can. You take my tip, mate. Stop work, Joe, or you'll die before your time.
I wonder.
Dolly!
Yes, my dear, it's very wearing to be in love with you. If it lasts, I quite think I shall die young.
Should you mind?
Not at all.
It's all right, Papa. We've not forgotten you. Dolly, explain the place to Papa. I haven't time.
I fancy you guessed something that is on my mind, Mr. Cousins. Exactly so. But suppose Barbara finds you out.
You know, I don't admit that I'm imposing on Barbara. I am quite genuinely interested in the views of the Salvation Army. The fact is, I'm a sort of collector of religions, and the curious thing is that I find I can believe them all. By the way, have you any religion?
Yes.
Anything out of the common?
Only that two things are necessary to salvation: money and gunpowder.
That is the general opinion of our governing classes. The novelty is in hearing any man confess it.
Just so.
Is there any place in your religion for honor, justice, truth, love, mercy, and so forth?
Yes, they are the graces and luxuries of a rich, strong, and safe life.
Suppose one is forced to choose between them and money or gunpowder.
Choose money and gunpowder, for without enough of both, you cannot afford the others.
That is your religion.
Yes.
Barbara won't stand for that. You will have to choose between your religion and Barbara.
So will you, my friend. She will soon find out that drum of yours is hollow.
Father Undershaft, you are mistaken. I am a sincere salvationist. You do not understand the Salvation Army. It is the army of joy, of love, of courage. It has banished the fear and remorse and despair of the old hell-ridden evangelical sects. It marches to fight the devil with trumpet and drum, with music and dancing, with banner and palm, as becomes a sally from heaven by its happy garrison. It picks the waster out of the public house and makes a man of him. It finds a worm wriggling in a back kitchen, and lo, a woman, men and women of rank too, sons and daughters of the highest, takes the poor professor of Greek, the most artificial and self-suppressed of human creatures, from his meal of roots, and lets loose the rhapsodist in him. Reveals the true worship of Dionysus to him, sends him down to the public street, drumming to thrands.
You will alarm the shelter!
Oh, they are quite accustomed to these sudden ecstasies of piety. However, if the drum were his...
Thank you!
You're damnably discouraging. You remember what Euripides says about Barbara?
No.
What else is wisdom? What of man's endeavor? Oh, God's high grace, so lovely and so great, to stand from fierce a tree, to breathe and wait, to hold a hand uplifted over fate, and shall not Barbara be loved forever?
Euripides mentions Barbara, does he?
It is a fair translation. The word means loveliness.
May I ask, as Barbara's father, how much a year she is to be loved forever on?
As Barbara's father, that is more your affair than mine. I can feed her by teaching Greek. That is about all.
Do you consider yourself a good match for her?
Mr. Undershaft, I am in many ways a weak, timid, ineffectual person, and my health is far from satisfactory. But whenever I feel that I must have anything, I get it sooner or later. I feel that way about Barbara. I don't like marriage. I feel intensely afraid of it. And I don't know what I shall do with Barbara or what she will do with me, but I feel that I and no one else must marry her. Please consider that matter as settled.
Others, you are a young man after my own heart.
Mr. Undershaft, you are, as far as I am able to gather, a most infernal old rascal, but you appeal very strongly to my sense of ironic humor.
And now, to business.
We were discussing religion. I go back to such an uninteresting and unimportant subject as business.
Religion is our business at present because it is through religion that we will win Barbara.
Barbara is quite original in her religion.
Ah, Barbara Undershaft would be. Her inspiration comes from within herself.
How do you suppose it got there?
Oh, it is the Undershaft inheritance. I shall hand my torch to my daughter. She shall make my converts and preach my gospel.
What? Money and gunpowder?
Yes, money and gunpowder, freedom and power, command of life and command of death.
That is extremely interesting, Mr. Undershaft. Of course you know that you are mad.
And you?
Oh, mad as a hatter. You are welcome to my secrets since I have discovered yours. But I am astonished. Can a madman make cannons?
Would anyone other than a madman make them? And you, question for question, can a sane man translate Euripides?
No.
Are there 2 mad people in this salvation today? Or 3?
You mean Barbara is as mad as we are?
Let us call things by their proper names. I am a millionaire. You are a poet. Barbara is a savior of souls. What have we 3 to do with the common mob?
Take care. Barbara is in love with the common people. So am I. Have you never felt the romance of that love?
Have you ever been in love with poverty, like St. Francis? Have you ever been in love with dirt, like St. Simeon? Have you ever been in love with disease and suffering like our nurses and philanthropists? Such passions are not virtues, but the most unnatural of vices. The love of the common people may please an earl's granddaughter and a university professor, but I have been a common man and a poor man, and it holds no romance for me. Leave it to the poor to pretend that poverty is a blessing. Leave it to the coward to make a religion of his cowardice by preaching humility. We know better than that. We three must stand together above the common people. How else can we help their children to climb up beside us? Barbara must belong to us, not to the Salvation Army.
Well, I can only say that if you think you will get her away from the Salvation Army by talking to her as you've been talking to me, you don't know Barbara.
My friend, I never ask for what I can buy.
Do you understand to imply that you can buy Barbara?
No, but I can buy the Salvation Army.
Quite impossible.
You see, all religious organizations exist by selling themselves to the rich.
Not the army. That is the church of the poor.
All the more reason for buying it.
I don't think you quite know what the army does for the poor. It makes them sober.
I prefer sober workmen. The profits are larger.
Honest.
Honest workmen are the most economical.
Attached to their home.
Not so much the better. They will put up with anything other than change.
Happy.
An invaluable safeguard against revolution.
Unselfish.
Indifferent to their own interests, which suits me exactly.
And with their thoughts on heavenly things.
And not on trade unions or socialism. Excellent!
You really are an infernal old rascal.
And this is an honest man.
And what have I got by it?
Oh, your employers have gotten a good deal by it from first to last.
Oh, we've just had a splendid experience meeting at the other gate. I've hardly ever seen them so much moved as they were by your confession, Mr. Price.
Oh, I could almost be glad of my past wickedness if I could believe that it would have helped others on the straight and narrow.
So it will, Snobby, so it will. How much, Jenny?
4 and 10 pence, Major.
Well, shall I contribute the odd tuppence, Barbara? The millionaire's mite, eh?
How did you make that tuppence?
So, as usual, by selling cannons, torpedoes, submarines, and my new patent Grand Duke hand grenade.
Put it back in your pocket. You can't buy your salvation here for tuppence.
Is tuppence-
You must work it out.
Is tuppence not enough? I can afford a little more if you press me.
2 million millions will not be enough. There's bad blood on your hands, and nothing but good blood can cleanse them. Money is no use. Take it away. Dolly, you must write another letter for me to the papers. Yes, I know you don't like it, but it must be done. The starvation this winter is beating us. Everyone is unemployed. The general says we must close this shelter if we can't get more money. I force the collections at the meetings until I am ashamed. Don't I, Snobby?
It's a fair treat to see you work it, miss. The way you get them up from 3 and 6 to 4 and 10 with that penny by penny, verse by verse.
Yes, but I wish we could do without it. I'm beginning at last to think more of the collection than of the people's souls. What are those hatfuls of pence and halfpence? We want thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. I want to convert people, not to be always begging for the army in a way that I die sooner than beg for myself.
Genuine unselfishness is capable of anything, my dear.
Yes, isn't it?
Mephistopheles, Machiavelli.
How are we to feed them? I can't talk religion to a man with bodily hunger in his eyes.
Major, dear.
Trifle. No. Don't comfort me. It will be all right. We shall get the money.
How?
Oh, by praying for it, of course. Mrs. Baines said she prayed for it last night, and she has never prayed for it in vain. Never once.
By the way, Dad, Mrs. Baines has come to march with us to our big meeting this afternoon, and she is very anxious to meet you for some reason or other. Perhaps she'll convert you.
I should be delighted, my dear.
Major, here's that man back again.
What man?
Oh, that man that frightened me so. I hope he's coming back to join us.
Well, hello, Bill. Back already?
Been talking ever since, have you? Well, I don't want to be forgiven by you or by anybody. Well, I did. I'll pay for it. Listen here. I have 2 quid saved against the frost, and I have £1 of it left. So here's the money, take it, and let's have no more of your forgiving and your praying and your major jabbering at me, and let what I done be paid for, and let that be the end of it. So stop throwing your silly prayers against me.
No, the army is not to be bought. We want your soul, Bill. We'll take nothing less.
Oh, I know it ain't enough, is it? Me and me few shillings not good enough for you. You're an earl's granddaughter, you are. Nothing less than £100 for you.
Come, Barbara, you can do a great deal of good with £100. If you will set this gentleman's mind at ease by taking his pound, I will give the other 99.
Oh, you're too extravagant, Papa. Bill offers 20 pieces of silver. All you need offer is the other 10. That will make the standard price to buy anybody who's for sale. I'm not, and the army's not. You'll never have another quiet moment, Bill, until you come round to us. You can't stand out against your salvation.
I can't stand out against these awful-tongued women. I've offered to pay. I can do no more. Take it or leave it. There it is.
Mrs. Baines comes from the shelter. She is dressed as a Salvation Army commissioner. She is an earnest-looking woman of about 40 with a caressing, urgent voice and an appealing manner.
This is my father, Mrs. Baines. Try what you can do with him.
Have you been shown over the shelter, Mr. Undershaft? You know the work we're doing, of course.
Well, the whole nation knows it, Mrs. Baines.
No, sir. The whole nation does not know it. Or we should not be hamstrung as we are for want of money to carry our work through the length and breadth of the land. Let me tell you that there would have been rioting this winter in London, but for us...
You really think so?
I know it. I remember 1886, when you rich gentlemen hardened your hearts against the cry of the poor. They broke the windows of your gentlemen's clubs.
And the funds for social support were voted the very next day from £30,000 to £79,000. I remember very well.
Well, won't you help me get to the people? I mean, they won't break windows then. Come here, Price. Let me show you to this gentleman. Do you remember the window breaking?
Oh, my old father thought it was the revolution, man.
Would you break windows now?
Oh, no, Mom. Oh, the windows of heaven have been opened to me. I know now that the rich man is a sinner like myself. Oh.
You see how we take that bitterness and anger against you out of their hearts, Mr. Undershaft?
It is certainly most convenient and gratifying to all large employers of labor, Mrs. Baines.
Barbara and Jenny, I have the most wonderful news. My prayers have been answered. I told you they were, Jenny, didn't I?
Oh, yes, yes.
Have we got money enough to keep the shelter open?
I hope we shall have enough to keep all the shelters open. Lord Saxmundham has promised us £5,000.
Hooray!
Glory!
If what?
If 5 other gentlemen will give 1,000 each to make it up to 10,000.
Who is Lord Saxmundham? I never heard of him.
You have heard of Sir Horace Bodger?
Bodger? Do you mean the distiller? Bodger's whiskey?
That is the man. He is one of the greatest of our public benefactors. He restored the cathedral at Hackington. They made him a baronet for that. He gave £500,000 to the funds of his party. They made him a baron for that.
And what will they give him for the 5,000?
Oh, there is nothing left to give him. So the 5,000, I should think, is to save his soul.
Heaven grant it may. Oh, Mr. Undershaft, you have some very rich friends. Can't you help us towards the other 5,000? We are going to hold a great meeting this afternoon. If only I could announce that one gentleman had come forward to support Lord Saxmundham, others would follow. Do you know somebody? Wouldn't you? Oh, think of the poor people, Mr. Undershaft. Think of how much it means to them, and how little to a great man like you.
Mrs. Baines, you are irresistible. I can't disappoint you, and I can't deny myself the satisfaction of making Bodger pay up. You shall have your £5,000.
Thank God!
You don't thank me.
Oh, son, don't try to be cynical. Don't be ashamed of being a good man. The Lord will bless you abundantly. You will let me have the check to show the meeting, won't you? Jenny, go and fetch a pen and ink.
Oh, do not disturb, Mrs. Hill. I have a fountain pen.
What price salvation now?
Stop! Mrs. Baines, are you really going to take this money?
Oh, why not, dear?
Why not? Do you know what my father is? Have you forgotten that Lord Saxmundham is Bodger the Whiskey Man? Do you know that the worst thing I have had to fight here is not the devil, but Bodger with his whiskey, his distilleries, and his taverns?
Dear Barbara,
Rotten district, rotten whiskey it is too.
Dear Barbara, Lord Saxmundham has a soul to be saved, just like any of us. If heaven has found the way to make good use of his money, are we to set ourselves up against the answer to our prayers?
I know he has a soul to be saved. Let him come down here, and I'll do my best to help him to his salvation. But he wants to send his check down to Bynes, and go on being as wicked as ever.
My dear Barbara, alcohol is a very necessary article. It heals the sick.
It does nothing of the sort.
Well, it assists the doctor. That is perhaps a less questionable way of putting it. It makes life bearable to millions of people who could not endure their existence if they were quite sober. It enables Parliament to do things at 11 at night that no sane person would do at 11 in the morning. Is it Bodger's fault that this inestimable gift is deplorably abused by less than 1% of the poor?
Barbara, will there be less drinking or more? If all those poor souls we are saving come tomorrow and find the doors of our shelter shut in their faces? Lord Saxmundham gives us the money to stop drinking, to take his own business from him.
Pure self-sacrifice on Bodger's part, clearly. Bless dear Bodger.
So, I also, Mrs. Baines, may claim a little disinterest in this. Think of my business. Think of the widows and orphans, the men and lads torn to pieces with shrapnel, the oceans of blood, not one drop of which is shed in a really just cause, the ravaged crops, the bad blood of the fierce little cowards at home who egg others on to fight for the gratification of their national vanity. All this makes money for me. It's your work to preach peace on earth and goodwill toward men. Every convert you make is a vote against war. Yet, I give you this money to hasten my own commercial ruin.
The longer I live, the more proof I see that there is an infinite goodness that turns everything to the work of salvation sooner or later. Who would have thought that any good could have come out of war and drink? And yet their profits are brought today to the feet of salvation to do its blessed work.
Oh dear, how blessed, how glorious it all is.
Mr. Undershaft, have you ever seen 1,000 people fall on their knees with one impulse and pray? Come with us to the meeting. Barbara shall tell them that the army is saved, and saved through you.
Take a bow, Machiavelli.
I will do my best.
Dolly, you're breaking my heart.
What is a broken heart, more or less, here?
Come, Barbara, I must have my dear Major to carry the flag with me.
Yes, yes, Major, darling.
I can't come.
Not come?
Barbara, do you think I'm wrong to take the money?
No, no, God help you, dear. You must. You are saving the army. Go, and may you have a great meeting.
But aren't you coming?
No.
Barbara, what are you doing?
Why are you taking your badge off? You can't be going to leave us, Major.
Father, my dear, come here. Don't be frightened. There. It's not much for £5,000, is it?
Barbara, if you won't come and pray with us, promise me that you'll pray for us.
I cannot pray now. Perhaps I will never pray again.
Barbara.
Major.
I can't bear any more. Quick march!
Off we go.
I must go, dear. You're overworked. You'll be all right tomorrow. We'll never lose you. Now, Jenny, step out with the old flag. Blood and fire!
Glory, hallelujah.
My ducats and my daughter.
Money and gunpowder.
Drunkenness and murder. My God, why has that forsaken me?
What price salvation now?
Don't you hit her when she's down.
Oh, she hit me when I was down. Why shouldn't I get a bit of your own back?
I didn't take your money, Bill.
No, it weren't enough for you. Well, if you ain't took it, someone else has. Where's it going? Blame me if that Jenny Hill didn't take it after all.
You lie, dirty blackguard! Snobby Price pinched it off the drum when he took up his hat. I was here the whole time and saw him do it.
Stole my money? Why didn't you call thief on him, you silly old mucker, you?
To serve you right for screaming at me. It's cost you £1, it has. I've done you. I'm even with you. I've had it.
Oh, well, tell us then, what o'clock this morning was what him, as they call Snobby Price, was saved?
About 12:30, Bill. I pinched your pounder at 1:45. I know. Well, can't afford to lose it. I'll send it to you.
Not if I was to starve for it. I ain't to be bought.
Ain't you? You'd sell yourself to the devil for a pint of beer. Only there ain't no devil to make the offer.
So I was making off and half cheerful. But she can't buy me. You wanted my soul, didn't you? Well, guess what? You ain't bought it.
I nearly got it, Bill. But we've sold it back to you for £10,000.
Oh, no good. You can't get round me now. I don't believe in it. And I've seen today that I was right. So long, you old soup kitchener. Ta-ta, Major Earl's granddaughter. What price salvation now?
Peter, I'm like you now. Cleaned out and lost my job.
You've youth and hope. That's two better than me. That's hope for you.
I'll get you a job, Peter. The youth will have to be enough for me. I have just enough left for a meal for each of us, room for a couple of nights for you, and my tread and bus home. Don't be proud, Peter. It's sharing between friends. And promise me you'll talk to me and not let me cry.
Well, I'm not accustomed to talk to the likes.
Yes, you must talk to me. Tell me about your secularist lectures.
If you'd only read about secularism in the proper spirit. Yes.
And that's intermission, folks. Out in the lobby, you will find snacks. So please help yourselves.
Next day, after lunch, Lady Britomart is writing in the library in Wilton Crescent. Sarah is reading in the armchair near the windows. Barbara, in ordinary dress, pale and brooding, is on the settee. Charlie Lomax enters, coming forward between the settee and the writing table. He starts on seeing Barbara fashionably attired and in low spirits.
You've left off your uniform.
Charles!
I'm awfully sorry, Barbara. You know that I helped you all I could with the concertina and so forth. Still, I have never shut my eyes to the fact that there is a certain amount of tosh about the Salvation Army. Now, the claims of the Church of England...
That's enough, Charles. Speak of something suited to your mental capacity.
But surely the Church of England is suitable to all our capacities.
Thank you for your sympathy, Charlie. Now, go and spoon with Sarah.
And how is my honest today?
I wish you wouldn't tell Charlie to do things, Barbara. He always comes and does them right away. Charlie, we are going to the cannon works at Perivale St. Andrews this afternoon.
Your father's shop?
Yes.
Oh, I say.
I expected you this morning, Dolly. Didn't you guess that?
I'm sorry, I have only just breakfasted.
But we've just finished lunch.
Have you had one of your bad nights?
No, I had rather a good night. In fact, one of the most remarkable nights I have ever passed.
The meeting?
No, after the meeting.
You should have gone to bed after the meeting. What were you doing?
Drinking.
Dolly!
Oh, I say.
Are you joking, Dolly?
No, I had been making a night of it with the nominal head of this household, that is all.
Andrew made you drunk.
No, he only provided the wine. I think it was Dionysus that made me drunk.
You're not sober yet. Go home and go to bed.
I have never before ventured to reproach you, Lady Brit, but how could you marry the Prince of Darkness?
It was much more excusable to marry him than to get drunk with him.
He only sat there and completed the wreck of my moral basis, the rout of my convictions, the purchase of my soul. He cares for you, Barbara. That is what makes him so dangerous to me.
That has nothing to do with it, Dolly. Now, tell me what happened at the meeting.
It was an amazing meeting. Mrs. Baines almost died of emotion. Jenny Hill went stark mad with hysteria. 117 conversions took place then and there. They prayed with the most touching sincerity and gratitude for Bodger and for the anonymous donor of the £5,000. Your father would not let his name be given.
Oh, well, that was rather fine of the old man, you know. I mean, most chaps would have wanted the advertisement.
He said all the charitable institutions would be down on him like kites on a battlefield if he gave his name.
That's Andrew all over. He never does a proper thing without giving an improper reason for it.
He convinced me that I have all my life been doing improper things for proper reasons.
Adolphus, now that Barbara has left the Salvation Army, you had better leave it too. I will not have you playing that drum in the streets.
Your orders are already obeyed, Lady Brit.
Dolly, you ever really in earnest about it? Would you have joined if you had never seen me?
Well, possibly as a collector of religions.
Yes, but not as a drummer, though. You are a very clear-headed, brainy chap, Dolly, and it must have been apparent to you that there is a certain amount of tosh about...
Charles! If you must drivel, drivel like a grown-up man and not a schoolboy.
Well, drivel is drivel, don't you know, whatever a man's age.
In good society, England, Charles, men drivel at all ages by repeating silly formulas with an air of wisdom. Schoolboys make their own formulas out of slang, like you.
You are so awfully strong-minded, Lady Brit.
Rubbish. Children, go and get ready for your father's arrival. Charles, go and tell Stephen to come down here in 5 minutes. You will find him in the drawing room. Adolphus! Tell them to send round the carriage in about 15 minutes.
Hello? How fortunate.
Don't be sentimental, Andrew. Sit down. Sarah must have £800 a year until Charles Lomax comes into his property. Barbara will need more and need it permanently because Adolphus hasn't any property.
Yes, my dear. I will see to it. Anything else? For yourself, for instance?
I want to talk to you about Stephen.
Oh, don't, my dear. Stephen doesn't interest me.
He does interest me. He is our son.
Do you really think so? He has induced just to bring him into the world, but he chose his parents very incongruously. I see nothing of me in him and less of you.
Andrew, Stephen is an excellent son and a most steady, capable, high-minded young man. You are simply trying to find an excuse for disinheriting him.
Dear Biddy, the undershaft inheritance. Disinherit him. It would be dishonest of me to leave the cannon foundry to my son.
It would be most unnatural and improper of you to leave it to anyone else, Andrew. Do you suppose this wicked and immoral tradition can be kept up forever? Do you pretend that Stephen could not carry on the foundry just as well as all the other sons of the big business houses?
This conversation is part of the undershaft tradition, Biddy. Every undershaft's wife has treated him to it since the house was founded. It is a mere waste of breath. If the tradition be ever broken, it will be for an abler man than Stephen.
Then go away.
Go away.
Yes, go away. If you will do nothing for Stephen, you are not wanted here. Go to your foundling, whoever he is, and look after him.
The fact is, Biddy.
Don't call me Biddy.
I will not.
I don't call you Andy.
I will not call my wife Britomart. It's not good sense. Seriously, I love. The undershaft tradition has landed me in a difficulty. I am getting on in years, and my partner Lazarus has at last made a stand and insisted that the succession must be settled one way or the other. And of course, he is quite right. You see, I haven't found a fit successor yet.
There is Stephen.
That's just it. All the foundlings I can find are exactly like Stephen.
Andrew!
If you want to keep the foundry in the family, you had best find an eligible foundling and marry him to Barbara.
Barbara, your pet. You would sacrifice Stephen to Barbara.
Cheerfully. And you, my dear, would boil Barbara to make soup for Stephen.
Andrew, this is not a question of our likings and dislikings.
Oh.
It is a question of duty. It is your duty to make Stephen your successor.
Just as much as your duty to submit to your husband.
Andrew, you can talk my head off, but you can't change wrong into right. And your tie is all on one side.
I beg your pardon.
No, come in, Stephen.
Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon.
He knows about the tradition, I suppose.
Yes, it is what I told you last night, Stephen.
I understand you want to come into the cannon business.
I go into trade? No, certainly not. I have no capacity for business and no taste for it. Now, I intend to devote myself to politics.
My dear boy, that is an immense relief to me, and it may prove an equally good thing for the country. I was afraid you would consider yourself disparaged and slighted.
Stephen, I cannot allow you to throw away an enormous property like this.
Mother, there must be an end of treating me as a child, if you please. Any further discussion of my intentions had better take place with my father, as between one man and another.
Stephen.
I am sorry, Mother, that you have...
Yes, that's all right, Stephen. She won't interfere with you anymore. Your independence is achieved. You have won your latchkey. Don't rub it in, and above all, don't apologize. Now, about your future as between one man and another, I beg your pardon, as between two men and a woman.
I quite understand, Stephen.
It is settled that you do not ask for the succession to the cannon business.
I hope it is settled that I repudiate the cannon business.
Come, I owe you a fair start in life in exchange for disinheriting you. You can't become prime minister all at once. Haven't you returned for something? What about literature and art and so forth?
I have nothing of the artist about me, either in faculty or character, thank heaven.
A philosopher, perhaps, eh?
Oh, I make no such ridiculous pretensions.
Just so. What about the bar?
I have not studied law, and I am afraid I have not the necessary push.
Rather a difficult case, Stephen. Well, come, is there anything that you know or care for?
I know the difference between right and wrong.
You don't say! business, no knowledge of law, no sympathy with art, no pretension to philosophy, only the simple knowledge of the secret that has puzzled all the philosophers, baffled all the lawyers, muddled all the men of business, and ruined most of the artists. The secret of right and wrong. My man, you are a genius! Master of masters, a god, and at 24!
You are pleased to be facetious. I pretend to nothing more than any honorable English gentleman claims as his birthright.
Oh, that's everybody's birthright. You are all like you respectable people. You daren't handle high explosives, but you're all ready to handle honesty and truth and justice and the whole duty of man and kill one another at that game. What a country. What a world.
But what do you think he has to do, Andrew?
Oh, just what he wants to do. He knows nothing, and he thinks he knows everything. This points clearly to a political career.
I am an Englishman, and I will not hear the government of my country insulted.
The government of your country? I am the government of your country. I and my business partner. You will make war when it suits us, and keep peace when it doesn't. You will find that trade requires certain measures when we have decided on those measures. When I want anything to keep my dividends up, you will discover that my want is a national need. When other people want something to keep my dividends down, you will call out the police and the military. And in return, you shall have the support and applause of my newspapers and the delight of imagining that you are a great statesman.
Really, my dear father, it is impossible to be angry with you. It is natural for you to think that money governs England, but you must allow me to think I know better.
And what does govern England, pray?
Character, father. Character.
Whose? Your character or mine?
Neither yours nor mine, father, but the best elements of the English national character.
Stephen, I have found your profession for you. You're a born journalist. I will set you up with a high-toned weekly review. There.
Go and get ready, Mama. The carriage is waiting.
Good day, my dear. Good afternoon, Mr. Lomax. Quite right. After last night, Euripides, eh?
As well as can be expected.
So, you are coming to see my death and devastation factory, Barbara?
You came yesterday to see my salvation factory. I promised you a return visit.
And you'll find it awfully interesting. I've been through the Woolwich Arsenal, and it gives you a ripping feeling of security, you know, to think of the lot of beggars we could kill if it came to fighting.
You don't mind Charlie's imbecility, do you, Papa?
Oh, I say.
Mr. Lomax looks at the matter in a very proper spirit, my dear.
Are you coming, Stephen?
Oh, well, I am rather busy. Oh, well, yes, I'll come.
Well, come on then.
Why are we two coming to this works department of hell? Boy, I've always thought of it as a sort of pit where lost creatures stirred up smoky fires and were driven and tormented by my father. Is it like that, Dad?
My dear, it is a spotlessly clean and beautiful hillside town.
With the Methodist chapel. Oh, do say there's a Methodist chapel.
There are two.
And yet they don't object to you. Do they obey all your orders?
Oh, I never give them any orders. When I speak to one of them, it is, well, Jones, is the baby doing well? And has Mrs. Jones made a good recovery? Nicely, sir. Thank you. And that's all.
But Jones has to be kept in order. How do you maintain discipline among your men?
No, I don't. They do. You see, the one thing Jones won't stand is any rebellion from the man under him, or assertion of social equality between him and the man with 4 shillings a week less than himself. Of course, they all rebel against me, theoretically, practically. Every man of them keeps the man just below him in his place. The result is a colossal profit, which comes to me.
You really are, well, what I was saying yesterday.
What was he saying yesterday?
Never mind, my dear. He thinks I have made you unhappy. Have I?
Do you think I can be happy in this vulgar, silly dress? I, who have worn the uniform. Do you understand what you've done to me? Yesterday, I had a man's soul in my hand. I set him in the way of life with his face to salvation. But when he took your money, he turned back to drunkenness and derision. I will never forgive you that. If I had a child and you destroyed its body with your explosives, if you murdered Dolly with your horrible guns, I could forgive you if my forgiveness would open the gates of heaven to you. But to take a human soul from me and turn it into the soul of a wolf, that is worse than any murder.
Does my daughter despair so easily? Can you strike a man to the heart and leave no mark?
You're right. He can never be lost now. Where was my faith?
Oh, clever, clever devil.
You may be a devil, but God speaks through you sometimes. You have given me my happiness. I feel it's deep down now, though my spirit is troubled.
You have learned something. That always feels at first as if you have lost something.
Well, take me to the factory of death and let me learn something more. There must be some truth or other behind all this frightful irony. Come, Dolly.
My guardian angel. Avaunt.
You must not mind cousins, Father. He is a very amiable good fellow, but he is a Greek scholar and naturally a little eccentric.
Ah, quite so. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah. Mother,
Don't be apologetic, Stephen. And don't forget, you have outgrown your mother.
Paradise St. Andrews lies between two Middlesex hills, half climbing the northern one. It is an almost smokeless town of white walls, roofs of narrow green slates or red tiles, tall trees, domes, campaniles, and slender chimney shafts, beautifully situated and beautiful in itself. The best view of it is obtained from the crest of a slope about a half-mile to the east, where the high explosives are dealt with. The foundry lies hidden in the depths between the tops of its chimneys sprouting into the middle distance. Across the crest runs a platform of concrete, with a parapet which suggests a fortification because there is a huge cannon of a now obsolete style peering across it at the town. The parapet has a high step inside which serves as a seat. Barbara is leaning over the parapet, looking towards the town. Cousins arrives by the path from the town.
Well, not a ray of hope. Everything perfect, wonderful, real. It only needs a cathedral to be a heavenly city instead of a hellish one.
Have you found out whether they've done anything for old Peter Shirley?
They have made it down to my job as gatekeeper and innkeeper.
have you two seen this place? Why did you leave us?
I wanted to see everything I was not intended to see, and Barbara wanted to make the men talk.
Well, have you found anything discreditable?
No. They call him Dandy Andy, and are proud of his being a cunning old rascal, but it's all horribly, frightfully, immorally, unanswerably perfect.
Oh, heavens! Have you seen this place? Have you seen the nursing home?
Did you see the libraries and the schools?
Oh, and the banquet hall, and the morgue.
Oh, and have you gone into the insurance fund, the pension fund, the building society, the various applications of cooperation?
Well, have you seen everything? I'm sorry I was called away. News from the front.
Oh, good news, I hope.
Oh, very.
Oh, a victory.
Which side wins or loses does not concern us here. I don't know. No, the good news is the aerial battleship is a tremendous success. At first trial, it wiped out a fort with 300 soldiers in it.
Dummy soldiers?
No, the real thing. Well, Stephen, what do you think of the place?
Oh, magnificent! A perfect triumph of organization. Frankly, my dear father, I have been a fool. I had no idea of what it all meant. All the wonderful forethought, the power of organization, the administrative capacity, the financial genius, the colossal capital it represents. I have been repeating to myself as I walked through your streets, peace hath her victories no less renowned than war. I have only one misgiving about it all.
Out with it.
Well, I cannot help thinking that all this provision for every want of your workmen may sap their independence and weaken their sense of responsibility. Are you sure so much pampering is really good for the man's characters?
Well, you see, my dear boy, when you are organizing civilization, you have to make up your mind whether trouble and anxiety are good things or not. However, Stephen, our characters are safe here. A sufficient dose of anxiety is always provided by the fact that we may be blown to smithereens at any moment.
By the way, Papa, where do you make the explosives?
Oh, in separate little sheds, like that one. When one of them blows up, it costs very little, and only people quite close to it are killed.
At the same moment, the door of the shed is thrown abruptly open, and a foreman in overalls and list slippers comes out on the little landing and holds the door open for Lomax, who appears in the doorway.
Oh, my good fellow, you needn't get into a state of nerves. Nothing's going to happen to you. And I suppose it wouldn't be the end of the world if anything did. A little bit of British pluck is what you need, old chap.
Anything wrong, Bilton?
Gentleman walked into the high explosive shed, lit a cigarette, sir. That's all.
Quite so. Do you happen to remember what you did with the match?
Oh, come, I'm not a fool. I took jolly good care to blow it out before I chucked it away.
The tip of it was red hot inside, sir.
Well, suppose it was. I didn't chuck it into any of your messes.
Think no more of it, Mr. Lomax. By the way, would you lend me your matches?
Certainly.
Ah, thank you.
Andrew, you shouldn't have let me see this place.
And why not?
Oh, never mind why not. You shouldn't have, that's all. To think of all of that being yours, and that you have kept it to yourself for all these years.
It does not belong to me. I belong to it. It is the undershaft inheritance.
I no longer ask for it for Stephen. He has inherited far too much of your perversity to be fit for it. But Barbara has rights as well as Stephen. Why should not Adolphus succeed to the inheritance? I can manage it for him, and he can look after the cannons if they really are necessary.
I should ask nothing better if Adolphus were a foundling. He's exactly the sort of new blood that is wanted in English business, but he's not a foundling, and that's the end of it.
Not quite. I think, mind, I am not committing myself in any ways to my future course, but I think the foundling difficulty can be got over.
What do you mean?
Well, I have something to say which is in the nature of a confession.
Oh, I say.
Yes, a confession. Listen, until I met Barbara, I thought myself in the main an honorable, truthful man, because I wanted the approval of my conscience more than I wanted anything else. But the moment I saw Barbara, I wanted her far more than the approval of my conscience.
Adolphus.
It is true. You accused me yourself, Lady Britt, of joining the army to worship Barbara, and so I did. I adored what was divine in her, and was therefore a true worshipper. But I was romantic about her too. I thought she was a woman of the people, and that a marriage with a professor of Greek would be far beyond the wildest social ambitions of her rank.
Adolphus!
Oh, I say.
When I learnt the horrible truth,
What do you mean by the horrible truth, pray?
that she was enormously rich, that her grandfather was an earl, that her father was the prince of darkness, and that I was only an adventurer trying to catch a rich wife, and I stooped to deceive about my birth.
Your birth? Oh, now, Adolphus, don't dare make up a wicked story for the sake of these wretched cannons. Remember, I have seen photographs of your parents, and the Agent General of Southwestern Australia knows them personally and has assured me that they are the most respectable married people.
So they are in Australia, but here they are outcasts. Their marriage is legal in Australia, but not in England. My mother is my father's deceased wife's sister, and this island I am consequently a foundling. Is the subterfuge good enough, Machiavelli?
Biddy, this may be a way out of the difficulty. You are an educated man. That is against the tradition.
Greek has not destroyed my mind. It has nourished it. Besides, I did not learn it at an English public school.
Well, very well. I cannot afford to be too particular. You have cornered the foundling market. Let it pass. You are eligible. Euripides, you are eligible.
Take care. There is an abyss of moral horror between me and your cursed aerial battleships.
Never mind the abyss for the moment. Let us settle the practical details and leave your final decision open. You know that you will have to change your name. Do you object to that?
Would any man named Adolphus, any man called Dolly, object to be called something else?
Good. Now, as to the money, I propose to treat you handsomely from the beginning. You shall start at 1,000 a year.
1,000? You dare offer a miserable 1,000 to the son-in-law of a millionaire? No, by heavens, Machiavelli, you shall not cheat me. You cannot do without me, and I can do without you. I must have 2,500 a year for 2 years. At the end of that time, if I am a failure, I go. But if I am a success and stay on, you must give me the other 5,000.
What other 5,000?
To make the 2 years up to 5,000 a year. The 2,500 is only half pay in case I should turn out a failure. The 3rd year, I must have 10% on the profits.
10%? Why, man, do you know what my profits are?
Enormous, I hope. Otherwise, I shall require 25%.
Well, I note your terms, and I offer you half. Half! Half!
You call yourself a gentleman, and you offer me half.
I do not call myself a gentleman, and I offer you half.
This to your future partner, your successor, your son-in-law.
You are selling your own soul, Dolly, not mine. Leave me out of the bargain, please.
Come, I will go a step farther for Barbara's sake. I will give you 3/5, but that is my last word.
Done.
Done in the eye? Why, I only get 800, you know.
By the way, I'm a classical scholar, not an arithmetical one. Is 3/5 more than half or less?
Oh, of course.
I would have taken 250. How you can succeed in business when you are willing to pay all that money to a university don who is obviously not worth a junior clerk's wages.
You are a shark of the first order, Euripides. So much the better for the firm.
Is the bargain closed, Dolly? Does your soul belong to him now?
No, the price is settled, that is all. The real tug-of-war is still to come. What about the moral question?
Well, there is no moral question in the matter at all, Adolphus. You must simply sell cannons and weapons to peoples whose cause is right and just, and refuse them to the foreigners and criminals.
No, none of that. You must keep the true faith of an armorer, or you don't come here.
What on earth is the true faith of an armorer?
To give arms to all men who offer an honest price for them, without respect of persons or principles, to aristocrat and republican, to capitalist and socialist, to Protestant and Catholic, to burglar and policeman, all nationalities, all faiths, all follies, all causes, and all crimes. The first undershop wrote up in his shop, "If God gave the hand, let not man withhold the sword." The second wrote up, "All have the right to fight, none have the right to judge." The third wrote up, "Demand the weapon, to heaven the victory." The fourth had no literary turn, so he did not write anything. But he sold cannons to Napoleon under the nose of George III. The fifth wrote up, "Peace shall not prevail, save with a sword in her hand." The sixth, my master, was the best of all. He wrote up, "Nothing is ever done in this world until men are prepared to kill one another if it is not done." After that, there was nothing left for the seventh to say. So he wrote simply,
"Unashamed." My good Machiavelli, I shall certainly write something up on the wall, only as I shall write it in Greek, you won't be able to read it. And I shall sell cannons to whom I please and refuse them to whom I please. So there.
From the moment you become Andrew Undershaft, you will never again do as you please. Don't come here lusting for power, young man.
If power were my aim, I should not come here for it. You have no power.
None of my own, certainly.
Father, do you know what you're saying? Or are you laying a snare for my soul?
Don't listen to his metaphysics, Barbara. The place is driven by the most rascally part of society. The money hunters, the pleasure hunters, the military promotion hunters.
Not necessarily. Remember the armorer's fate. I will take an order from a good man as cheerfully as from a bad one. If you good people prefer preaching and shirking to buying my weapons and fighting the rascals, don't blame me. I can make cannons. I cannot make courage and conviction. Bah, you tire me, Euripides, with your morality mongering. Ask Barbara. She understands. Tell him, my love, what power really means.
Before I joined the Salvation Army, I was in my own power. The consequence was that I never knew what to do with myself. When I joined it, I had not time enough for all the things I had to do.
Just so. And why was that, you suppose?
Yesterday, I should have said because I was in the power of God. But you came and showed me that I was in the power of Bodger and Undershaft. Today, I feel... How can I put it into words? Sarah, do you remember the earthquake at Cannes when we were little children? How little the surprise of the first shock mattered compared to the dread and horror of waiting for the second. That is how I feel in this place today. I stood on the rock I thought eternal. Without a word of warning, it reeled and crumbled under me. I was safe, with an infinite wisdom watching me, an army marching to salvation with me. And in a moment, at a stroke of your pen in a checkbook, I stood alone, and the heavens were empty. That was the first shock of the earthquake. I'm waiting for the second.
Come, my daughter. Don't make too much of your little tin pot tragedy. What we do here when we spend hours of work and thought and thousands of pounds of solid cash on a new gun, on an aerial battleship that turns out just a hair's breadth wrong after all, we scrap it. Scrap it without wasting another hour or another pound on it. Well, you have made for yourself something you call a morality or a religion or whatnot. It doesn't fit the facts. Well, scrap it. Scrap it and get one that does fit. That is what is wrong with the world at present. It scraps its obsolete steam engines and dynamos, but it won't scrap its old prejudices and its old moralities and its old religions and its old political constitutions. If your old religion broke down yesterday, get a newer and better one for tomorrow.
How gladly I would take a better one to my soul. But you offer me a worse one. Justify yourself. Show me some light through the darkness of this dreadful place with its beautifully clean workshops and respectable workmen and model homes.
Cleanliness and respectability do not need justification, Barbara. They justify themselves. I see no darkness here. I see no dreadfulness. Oh, in your salvation shelter, I saw poverty, misery, cold, and hunger. You gave them bread and treacle and dreams of heaven. I give them 30 shillings a week to 12,000 a year.
And the souls?
I saved their souls just as I saved yours.
You saved my soul. What do you mean?
I fed and clothed and housed you. I took care of you, so you should have money enough to live handsomely, more than enough, so you could be wasteful, careless, generous. That saved your soul from the 7 deadly sins.
The 7 deadly sins?
Yes, the deadly 7. Food, clothing, firing, rent, taxes, respectability, and children. Nothing can lift those 7 millstones from man's neck but money, and the spirit cannot soar until the millstones are lifted. I lifted them from your spirit. I enabled Barbara to become Major Barbara, and I saved her from the crime of poverty.
Do you call poverty a crime?
The worst of crimes! All the other crimes are virtues beside it. All the other dishonors are chivalry itself by comparison. Poverty blights whole cities, spreads horrible pestilences, strikes dead the very souls of all who come within it. What you call crime is nothing more than a murder here and a theft there. What do they matter? They are only the accidents and illnesses of life. There are not 50 genuine professional criminals in London, but there are millions of poor people, abject people, dirty people, ill-fed, ill-clothed people. They poison us morally and physically. They kill the happiness of society. They force us to do away with our own liberties and organize unnatural cruelties for fear they should rise against us and drag us down into their abyss. Only fools fear crime. Oh, we all fear poverty. Ah, you talk of your half-saved ruffian at the shelter. You accuse me of dragging his soul back to perdition? Well, bring him here, and I will drag his soul back to salvation for you. Not by words and dreams, but by 38 shillings a week, a sound house, and a handsome street, and a permanent job. In 3 weeks, you will have a fancy waistcoat. In 3 months, a tall hat and his own pew in the chapel.
And will he be better for that?
You know he will. Don't be a hypocrite, Barbara. He will be better fed, better housed, better clothed, better behaved, and his children will be heavier and bigger. That will be better than a bare mattress in a shelter, chopping firewood, eating bread and soup, and being forced to kneel down from time to thank heaven for it. Oh, it is cheap work converting starving men with a Bible in one hand and a slice of bread in the other. Try your hand on my men. Their souls are hungry because their bellies are full.
Oh, stop making speeches, Andrew. This is not the place for them.
My dear, I have no other way of conveying my ideas.
Your ideas are nonsense. You succeeded because you were selfish and unscrupulous.
Not at all. I had the strongest scruples about poverty and starvation. Your moralists are quite unscrupulous about both. They make virtues of them. I'd rather be a thief than a pauper. I don't want to be either. But if you force the alternative on me, then by heaven, I'll choose the braver and more moral one. I hate poverty, and worse than any other crime whatsoever. And let me tell you this. Poverty has stood up for centuries to your sermons and leading articles. They will not stand up to my machine guns. Don't preach at them. Don't reason with them. Kill them.
Kill him? Is that your remedy for everything?
It is the final test of conviction. The only lever strong enough to overturn a social system. The only way of saying must. Let 670 fools loose in the street and 3 policemen can scatter them. But huddle them together in a certain house in Westminster and let them go through certain ceremonies and call themselves certain names until at last they get the courage to kill, and your 670 fools become a government. Your pious mob fills up ballot papers and imagining it is governing its masters. But the ballot paper that really governs us is the paper that has a bullet wrapped in it.
That is perhaps why, like most intelligent people, I never vote.
Vote? When you vote, you only change the names of the cabinet. When you shoot, you pull down governments, inaugurate new epochs, abolish old orders, and set up new. Is that historically true, Mr. Learned Man, or is it not?
It is historically true. I loathe having to admit it. I repudiate your sentiments. I abhor your nature. I defy you in every possible way. Still, it is true. But it ought not to be true.
Ought. Are you going to spend your life saying ought? Like the rest of our moralists? Turn your oughts into shalls, man. Come and make explosives with me. Whatever can blow up men can blow society up. The history of the world is a history of those who had courage enough to embrace that truth. Have you the courage to embrace it, Barbara?
Barbara, I positively forbid you to listen to your father's abominable wickedness. And you, Adolphus, ought to know better than to go about saying that wrong things are true. What does it matter whether they are true if they are wrong?
What does it matter if they are wrong if they are true?
Children, come home instantly. Andrew, I am exceedingly sorry I allowed you to call this. You are wickeder than ever. Come, at once.
It's no use running away from wicked people, Mamma.
It is every use. It shows your disapprobation of them.
It does not save them.
I can see that you're going to disobey me. Sarah, are you coming home or are you not?
I dare say it's very wicked of Papa to make cannons, but I don't think that I shall cut him on that account.
The fact is, there is a certain amount of tosh about this notion of wickedness. It doesn't work. You must look at facts. Not that I would say a word in favor of anything wrong, but then you see all sorts of chaps are always doing all sorts of things, and we have to fit them in somehow, don't you know? What I mean is that you can't go cutting everybody, And that's about what it comes to. But perhaps I don't make myself clear.
You are lucidity itself, Charles. Because Andrew is successful and has plenty of money to give to Sarah, you will flatter him and encourage him in his wickedness.
Biddy!
Don't you dare call me Biddy. Charles Lomax, you are a fool. Adolphus Cousins, you are a poet. Barbara, you are a lunatic. Andrew, you are a vulgar tradesman. Stephen, you are a prig. And now you all know my opinion, and my conscience is clear at all events.
My dear, you are the incarnation of morality. Your conscience is clear and your duty is done when you have called everybody names. Come, Euripides. It is getting late, and we all want to go home.
Understand this, you old demon.
Adolphus?
Let him alone, Biddy. Proceed, Euripides.
You have me in a horrible dilemma. I want Barbara.
Like all young men, you greatly exaggerate the difference between one young woman and another.
Quite true, Dolly.
I also want to avoid being a rascal.
Oh, you lust for personal righteousness, for self-approval, for what you call a good conscience, for what Barbara calls salvation, for what I call patronizing people who are not as lucky as yourself.
I do not. All the poet in me recoils from being a good man, but there are things in me that I must reckon with. Pity.
Pity, the scavenger of misery.
Well, love.
I know. Do you love the English?
No, every Englishman detests the English. We are the wickedest nation on earth, and our success is a moral horror.
This is what comes of your gospel of love, eh?
May I not even love my father-in-law?
Who wants your love, man? By what right do you take the liberty of offering it to me? I will have your due heed and respect, or I will kill you. But your love? Oh, damn your impertinence.
I may not be able to control my affections.
You are fencing, Euripides. You are weakening. Your grip is slipping. Come, try your last weapon. Pity and love have broken in your hand. Forgiveness is still left.
No, forgiveness is a beggar's refuge. I am with you there. We must pay our debts.
Now, well said. Come, you will suit me. Choose, man. Choose.
But perhaps Barbara will not marry me if I make the wrong choice.
Perhaps not.
You hear?
Father, do you love nobody?
I love my best friend.
And who is that, pray?
My bravest enemy. That is the man who keeps me up to the mark.
You know, the creature is really a sort of poet in his way. Suppose he is a great man after all.
Suppose you stop talking and make up your mind, my young friend.
But you are driving me against my nature. I hate war.
Hatred is a coward's revenge for being intimidated. Dare you make war on war? Here are the means. May we expect you at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning?
Not on any account. I will see the whole establishment blown up with its own dynamite before I will get up at 5. My hours are rational hours. 11 to 5.
Come when you please. Before a week you will come in at 6 and stay until I turn you out for the sake of your health. Bilton! My dear, let us leave these two young people to themselves for a moment. I am going to take you to the gun cotton shed.
You can't take anything explosive in here, sir.
What do you mean? Are you alluding to me?
No, ma'am. Mr. Undershaft has the other gentleman's matches in his pocket.
Quite right, Bilton. Quite right. Here you are. Come, Stephen. Come, Charles. Bring Sarah.
Dolly, old chap, think before you decide. Do you feel that you are a sufficiently practical man? It is a huge undertaking, an enormous responsibility. I mean, all this mass of business will be Greek to you.
Oh, I think it will be much less difficult than Greek. Barbara, I am going to accept his offer.
I thought you would.
You understand, don't you, that I had to decide without consulting you. If I had thrown the burden of the choice on you, you would sooner or later have despised me for it.
Yes. I did not want you to sell your soul for me any more than for this inheritance.
It is not the sale of my soul that troubles me. I have sold it too often to care about that. I have sold it for a professorship. I have sold it for an income. What is all human conduct but the daily and hourly sale of our souls for trifles? What am I now selling it for is neither money nor position, nor comfort, but for reality and for power.
You know that you will have no power, and that he has none.
I know. It is not for myself alone. I want to make power for the world.
I want to make power for the world too, but it must be spiritual power.
I have tried to make spiritual power by teaching Greek, but the world can never be really touched by a dead language and a dead civilization. The people must have power, and the people cannot have Greek. Now the power that is made here can be wielded by all men.
Power to burn women's houses down and kill their sons and tear their husbands to pieces.
You cannot have power for good without having power for evil too. Even mother's milk nourishes murderers as well as heroes. This power, which only tears men's bodies to pieces, has never been so horribly abused as the intellectual power, the imaginative power, the poetic, religious power that can enslave a man's soul. As a teacher of Greek, I gave the intellectual man weapons against the common man. I now want to give the common man weapons against the intellectual man. I love the common man. I want to arm them against the lawyer, the doctor, the priest, the literary man, the professor, the artist, and the politician, who once in authority are the most dangerous, disastrous, and tyrannical of all fools, rascals, and impostors. I want a democratic power strong enough to force the intellectual oligarchy to use its genius for the general good or else perish.
Is there no higher power than guns?
Yes, but the power can destroy the higher powers just as a tiger can destroy a man. Therefore, man must master that power first. I admitted this when my best pupil went out to fight in the wars. My parting gift to him was not a copy of Plato's Republic, but a revolver and 100 undershaft cartridges. The blood of every man he shot, if he shot any, is on my head as well as on undershafts. That act committed me to this place forever. Your father's challenge has beaten me. Dare I make war on war? I dare. I must. I will. And now is it all over between us?
Silly baby Dolly. How could it be?
Then you
Take care, Dolly. Take care. If only I could get away from you and from father and from it all. If I could have the wings of a dove and fly away to heaven.
and leave me.
Yes, you and all the other naughty, mischievous children of men. But I can't. I was happy in the Salvation Army for a moment. I escaped from the world into a paradise of enthusiasm and prayer and soul-saving. But the moment our money ran short, it all came back to Bodger. Now, it was he who saved our people. He and the Prince of Darkness, my papa, undershaft and Bodger. Their hands stretch everywhere. When we feed a starving fellow creature, it is with their bread, because there is no other bread. When we tend the sick, it is in the hospitals they endow. If we turn from the churches they build, we must kneel on the stones of the streets they pave. As long as that lasts, there is no getting away. Turning our backs on Bodger and Undershaft are turning our backs on life.
I thought you were determined to turn your back on the wicked side of life.
There is no wicked side. Life is all one. And I never wanted to shirk my share in whatever evil must be endured, whether it be sin or suffering. I wish I could cure you of middle-class ideas, Dolly.
Middle class, a snub! A social snub to me from the daughter of a foundling.
That's why I have no class, Dolly. I come straight out of the heart of the whole people. If I were middle class, I should turn my back on my father's business, and we should both live in an artistic drawing room with you reading the reviews in one corner and I in the other at the piano playing Schumann. Both very superior persons, and neither of us a bit of use. Do you know what would have happened if you had refused Papa's offer?
I wonder.
I should have given you up and married the man who accepted it. Here are really all the human souls to be saved. Not weak souls and starved bodies, crying with gratitude for a scrap of bread or treacle, but fulfilled. Quarrelsome, snobbish, uppish creatures, all standing on their little rights and dignities and thinking that my father ought to be greatly obliged to them for making so much money for him, and so he ought. That is where salvation is really wanted. My father shall never throw it in my teeth again that my converts will bribe with bread. I have got rid of the bribe of bread. I have got rid of the bribe of heaven. Let God's work be done for its own sake, the work he had to create us to do, because it cannot be done by living men and women. When I die, let him be in my debt, not I in his, and let me forgive him as befits a woman of my rank.
Then the way of life lies through the factory of death.
Yes, through the raising of hell to heaven and of man to God, through the unveiling of an eternal light in the valley of the shadow. Oh, did you think my courage would never come back? Did you believe that I was a deserter? Never, 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 never. Major Barbara will die with the colors. Oh, and I have my dear little dolly boy still, and he has found my place and my work. Oh, glory, hallelujah!
My dearest, consider my delicate health. I cannot stand as much happiness as you can.
Yes, it is not easy being in love with me, is it? But it's good for you.
What does she say?
She has gone right up to the skies.
6 o'clock tomorrow morning, my young friend.